games in, just sort of give us an idea of some of the things you think the offense has done well, and some things you still want to improve at.
I think last game, honestly, is like consistently the best we played, like just moving the football consistently, but we consistently made like giant mistakes that get you beat, you know what I mean? And previous 2 games, we hadn't turned the ball over at all, and then we go out there and have a ton of turnovers. So we got to be better there. As far as throwing the football, I thought last game I was about as sharp as, it was really, really sharp, I thought that, Hudson was seeing it, playing at a really high level, throwing and catching well. That was good. We were good on third down besides the short ones. And then, so did some good things in that standpoint. We just got to finish the drives. Like I said, as far as consistently sustaining drives, I thought we did a decent job until we would have a catastrophic mistake instead of just some small mistake, So you can't have those. And then obviously we still got to be better in short yard situations. Like that's probably been through 3 games the biggest thing we got to improve on. I think from like 3rd and 2 to 10, we were like 7 of 9 or something crazy high like that. And on 3rd and 1, we're 1 of 3, which kills you. And so gotta find a way to be better there. But so I do think that there is improvement. We can't afford to have like game-changing mistakes like we had the other day. I think 3 turnovers. I think they were all 3 in like scoring territory almost. You know what I'm saying? And so that's taking points off the board. You obviously can't afford to do that. But I do think there's improvement. They're getting better. We just got to continue to do that. And if we do, like I always tell those guys, like they got a chance to be pretty special and do a lot of good things. The improvement has to continue. And obviously from last week, you got to take care of the football and try to cut down on some of the penalties.
Where are you on the fumble issues too? That's a lot of fumbles for one game.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate deal there. Huddy's first one when he's running on the 4th down, I think sometimes on 4th down, you're going to be a little looser with it because you're trying to get it. The other ones we can't afford, on his, he missed the cover 0. He just didn't see it. And if he sees it, I think he would have gotten rid of that football on the sack fumble. And then the one was just, it's kind of bad luck. We got to be better fundamentally on the screen pass we had set up. The exchange was poor, but the Maccabees, it's something that you see. The ball was loose, and they did a great job exposing that, and so like being great fundamentally has to be something that that's what we talked about a lot this week. Like fundamentally, we have to be really good, and that's ball security. You know what I mean? Like, that's part of being great fundamentally. Executing your assignments is part of being great fundamentally, and so something that we talk about a lot. Like I said, we've been really good at it for the first 2 games, and then it was terrible the other night. So you can't afford that. Like I said, that gets you beat.
What do you do from a coach's perspective when you've got the same team driving down to the red zone as well as the same team fumbling? So when you're executing the big stuff and maybe faltering in those big specific situations, what do you make of that?
I don't think it's something you create a crisis about with your guys for sure, because if you start playing up tight and stuff, I just don't think it gives you a chance to be as good as you need to be. So we want to keep them loose, keep them believing, keep them confident. And like I said, for 2 games, they were really, really good protecting the football. And then it was all over the place the other night. And so it's just, like I said, it's something I think we have to emphasize with them, like, hey, we got to be great fundamentally and taking care of the football. Or even on the screen, it hit Tracy's elbow, and the ball should have been in the belly. And it wasn't. It was kind of out in the middle of nowhere. And so when you do that, there's arms and stuff flying that it could possibly get hit. And so just doing the small things correctly go a long ways. And I think that you saw it bite us the other night, and can't afford those.
Has Tyrone Tracy been what you thought he could be as a running back?
Yeah, Tracy's been really, really good for us. He's explosive. He's really good with the ball in his hands. He's ran really tough. He's been physical. He's been hard to tackle. So he's been definitely really good for us, and he's a guy that he's going to have to continue to play well, get touches, and be good with the ball in his hand. I think he scored every game so far, and has a touchdown every game, and it has a great feel for the zone schemes, has a great feel for running the ball, and he's also a guy that can catch it, so he adds versatility from that standpoint too. And so he's been really good, and I think the thing about Tracy, talked about talking about Abdur last week, those guys, they practice the right way, you know what I mean? And they live the right way. They show up the way they live, the way they practice, the way they handle everything, and it shows up on Saturdays. You know, I mean, they're pretty consistent or very consistent guys in life, and so they play at a consistent level. And so I think that's been good to see, and I expect him to keep playing at a high level because that's just the kind of guy he is.
What does Max Cline add to your guys' group?
Yeah, Max is, you know, ever since we've been here, we know Max could be really, really good for us. For the last couple of weeks, he started to show up. You started to see him. He made he made a whole lot of plays. The other night, he made a lot of plays against Virginia Tech. And, you know, I think a lot of times you forget how young Max is. Max is still a freshman. And that's maybe the craziest part about it because he every time you throw it to him or every time he's out there, you kind of expect him to do, you know, whether it be in the run game, blocking, or in the pass game, you know, making plays. Every time he's out there, you kind of take for granted that he's going to make the play or he's going to, you know, make his block or whatever the case is. And he's still a freshman, which is, like I said, really impressive. I think the sky's the limit for Max. And if he'll continue, you know, the thing about Max is he prepares the right way too. And I think he's very driven. He does things right. And if he continues to do that, he could be, I mean, this year he'll be really special. And then for years to come, he could be really special. So he's, you know, what he's showing on Saturday is what we've seen since we've been here. And that's been fun. It's been fun to be a part of it. He makes us really versatile too. I think that position at the tight end, so we've talked about since we've been here, with a really good tight end room, they make you a lot more versatile as an offense because you can be in a lot of different sets. You can put him in different spots, and he creates issues for people. So he's a big asset to the offense for sure.
Is that level of talent in your backfield, does that influence your play calling from a run-pass split perspective?
Probably. I think that you know, when you talk about run pass, it's kind of what I talked about last week. Like, you got to figure out who guys that need touches, and you got a bunch of guys in the backfield that need touches. And so, if you got a bunch of good running backs, you know, you're gonna try to find ways to get on the ball. You know, and we still got a lot of, you know, tight ends, receivers that need touches too. And so, I think it's been spread out pretty well. I think it's helped the offense be pretty balanced, having guys in the backfield that are good with the ball in their hand. And so, you know, I think that it'll be fun to continue to work with the group we have. Like I said, across the board, we got some good players. We got a bunch of good running backs, good tight end room, receivers that'll go make plays for you. And so, I think it can keep people off balance and allow us to do different things offensively.